Yo guys, and welcome to a new video, and today we're gonna play Until Dawn. Nah, that's not true. Yo guys, welcome. Today I'm going to review Until Dawn. Alright, so right now we have 3 games giving us a cinematic experience. Of course, it's a Minecraft movie in movie theaters, The Last of Us on HBO Max, and now Until Dawn has joined that party as well. I have never played the game before. That's something that's really important to say, so I can't judge the movie based upon its inducement of the game. So I don't know anything about it. I know that you spend the night over and over again and you have to survive until dawn. And I also know that the movie made it more easy for them, for the writers, to use that ID, because I remember something that someone told me about the game, that you can't die in some ways, because in that way you might have a chance to not come back to life, and you have not an infinite amount of tries, you have a limited amount of tries, which is something the movie does do. But the thing that you have to die a certain way or can't die any other way, I don't know how it exactly works, but I judged the movie because of what I know, and what I did know was that it was some kind of Groundhog Day vibe-esque movie where we just try to survive the night, and if you do, then you live until then you live. Never seen Groundhog Day either, so I say Groundhog Day just because of the time travel stuff, not because of the reset day. Happy Death Day might also be a chance. Now, the reviews for this movie were awful, to say the least. They were not that great, but also not awful to say this movie was going to be stinkers. Apparently it's a decent enough movie for half of it. And then people started to hate it. And I went to the movie. I was prepared to hate it. I was actually ready to hate it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to hate it. I was looking forward to seeing a bad movie. And when I went, I could see the criticisms because I also shared those. But I had a phenomenal time at the movie theater. I really, really enjoyed Until Dawn. I actually think this movie was better than I expected it to be. Especially the first half, which many people are claiming is the better part of the movie. I don't think that's necessarily the case, because what I saw in reviews and what I saw other people talking about, and what I wanted from the movie was to have these meat grinders being your main cast that everybody was probably going to hate, and have them die over and over and over and over and over again in the most creative ways, and that would be the end of the movie. That was something I was originally hoping for. That was something that everyone was hoping for, and that's something you kind of get in the first half, but also not a lot, and people were raving the movie for doing that in pretty fun ways. I mean, there are some pretty damn funny deaths in this one, and there definitely are some ape characters that I absolutely hated for everything that they stood for, and I couldn't wait to see them die multiple times. But that, for me, wasn't the best part of the movie. I still think that was pretty fun, and it kept the movie fresh, but what I did think was that I wanted to see 1 or 2 of these full nights where they try to survive until everyone dies and you have to start over, but it's like 3 or 4 nights where it's really slow and really paced out because there's learning stuff. I kind of wanted a little 5-minute sequence of them just dying over and over and over and over and over again, just to have something of helplessness for them and just a funny time for us. That would have been epic as hell to see that. That wasn't in it. That was in it a little bit, because at some point they skip like, how long have we been here? For like 4 or 5 nights? No, it's been 13. Something like that. I really hated that. That was not very nice. I wanted to see that happen. That was also really confusing and really lazy of the writers, if I have to say so myself. But it's a fun sequence, but it could have been a little better if they just sped it up a little. The pacing in that first half is a little slow for what you want with a horror movie like this. Especially with just a 90-minute horror movie, it felt a little bit long. Then the second half is what people hate, because then the movie stops doing that with the revives every night, and they just say like, yeah, you're on fire, it's a final night, and then they are like, ah. And people are hating that. And I was also a little bummed out that we were not going to see any deaths anymore, but I do have to say that the movie picked it up in cases of pacing and suspense. Because that third act, I thought personally that was incredibly tense. I was waiting still to start hating the movie, but then the movie picked up, and when there's some kind of tunnel where they have to go through, and then they get to the end of the movie, to the third act of it basically, and that, Jesus Christ, the music picked up, the sound was epic as hell, the things that they did were epic as hell, everyone was relatable as fuck. In that moment, I really had some moments that I thought, I get you, man. There's this point where someone kills a creature and he's like, fuck yeah! And then some sounds of other creatures in the distance are coming, he's like, ah, fuck. Felt that completely. I have it all the time in the Outlast trials, for some to say. So I really like that. So I have to say that this movie did not disappoint me. Do I see the flaws? Yeah, not all the characters are awful. I do have to say, not all the characters are good. I have to rephrase that. So in the end, yeah, I really enjoyed myself with this movie. I do understand the criticisms for it. So yeah, okay, not all the characters are great. Not all the characters are good. Some characters are truly awfully written and absolutely very annoying to see. But people are often complaining about every character that is. I don't think that's the case. I think the main character is quite nice, actually. Only her backstory with the sister, that has been done to death, so I really did not like that. But for the rest, I really liked what they did with her. And of course, there are some jump scares in them. Jump scares never are fun. They are always a cheap way of getting a fear reaction in people. So I don't like jump scares. I think they're cheap as hell. There was one around the third act that really got to me, that I actually jumped in. That was solid. So yeah, Until Dawn, it's not the best movie ever, but mainly, and I do think it's mainly because of the things that I just thought this was going to be one of the most awful movies ever, that I personally really enjoyed this one. It's not good, not great, but it's highly enjoyable, and I had a hell of a lot of fun watching this one. And it got me excited to play the video game. So if you want me to play the video game on this channel, let me know in the comments down below, because then I will buy the game. Because I'm really excited to go and play it. Yeah, and if you don't want me to do it, then I'll just do it on my own. Alright, is that clear? In the end, I'm going to give Until Dawn a 3.5-star rating with a heart, because I really did like it, and I am on the side of really enjoying this one. It was just a fun flick that I personally would like watching again in some time, maybe when I have played the game, so I can actually see why people are complaining that this one is not like the game at all. Alright, what did you think of this one? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on Until Dawn, and I'll like to see you in the next video. Give a like, a comment to tell me what you think, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.